الله أكبر.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. The topic of today's talk is regarding the flexible nature of our Deen, regarding the encompassing nature of our religion. And before anyone starts thinking to themselves, oh, Mufti Saab perhaps is gonna start making a lot of things lawful, ad-deenu yusrun, he'll probably start saying that taking houses on riba is now lawful, 3 talaqs is now 1 talaq, lottery funding, so many examples. You don't even have to fast 20 hours, just do 10 hours. Ad-deenu yusrun, because Deen is flexible. So before anyone thinks that, oh, not another mufti again, not another hazrat or a sheikh again, making things lawful and permissible, but actually when you look at Islam and the Deen, and when you study in detail, you will find that in so many examples, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Deen, the Sharia, has given that flexibility. Now, one of the reasons why Islam is one of the fastest growing religion in the world is because of this flexibility, is because of its encompassing nature. Now you tell me, everyone, if Islam was like a regime, if Islam was strict, if Islam was a religion like either you follow this way or you take the highway, if Islam really was like that, would people be converting to Islam? If Islam was like a dictatorship type of religion, that you have to follow this, otherwise take the highway, then you wouldn't have hardly any converts converting to Islam. But actually what we find, subhanAllah, even in this day and age, even in 2015, even in this zamana and in this era where, you know, this is the end of time, we still find many people converting to Islam. We see people from different backgrounds converting to Islam, not just from the poor background, but the upper class, the those who are modern classes, everyone, different types of people, all converting to Islam. So that in itself is actually giving a very important point here, and that is that Islam cannot be a harsh or a strict religion. But in fact, Islam is a wide and encompassing religion. Now again, that will lead to a question that some of you may be thinking, well, Mufti Saab, there's so many people, they say Islam is a very harsh religion. The reason why it's harsh is because of people's lack of understanding of Deen. That's the reason why it's harsh. Those who haven't got the exact knowledge, then what happens is that they the ones who make Islam harsh, they the one who make Islam narrow. But actually Islam is a wide-ranging Deen and a wide-ranging religion. Now let me give you an example. Somebody who is in infant school or nursery and they get taught the alphabets, A, B, C, D. And in nursery and infants they get taught very simple words like cats, C-A-T or in, I, and just very simple letters, simple words they get taught. Now for that particular child in infant and nursery, if you were to say to them that actually, these letters in the alphabets, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, with those words you could actually make long words, long sentences. they would not be able to comprehend it and understand it, because to them, their alphabet or their range of words is, at, bat, cat, rats, these are the range of words they have. To them, 2-letter words or 3-letter words is like, that's their Deen. That's their understanding of the English language. They think English language is just based on rats, cats and bats and ats, and that's it. They don't know any other words. You tell them, no, actually, knowing these alphabets, you could make long words. They're not going to be willing to accept, because their understanding is just to 2-letter words, 3-letter words, and that's it. Now, if you go to someone, now 15 years later, somebody who's been through the education system, who's been through nursery, primary, secondary, college, university, now they'll tell you the caliber of words they have at their disposals. And it's the exact same problem which we have regarding people who study a bit of Deen. They study a bit of ilm, especially nowadays online. YouTube is very, very easy to get access to ilm. Very easy to just like open one commentary of Bukhari, forget commentary, just a translation of Bukhari, a translation of the Quran, and just like understand a few things, and then you be stubborn at that. You be narrow-minded at that. Oh well, it says on this particular book, it's wajib and that's it. So any other opinion you see, Mustab, no, that's wrong. It's wajib, it has to be done. Or when you see an opinion, well, no, it's mentioned in this book, I'm going to follow that. So everybody else, so they're all wrong and they're all deviated, they don't know this stuff. And it is this bimari, this illness, which is spreading through the Muslim Ummah. And subhanAllah, this is one of the reasons why this hadith shows the truthfulness of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam prophethood. Now what did Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam say? That before the end of time, ilm will go away and there will be yakthuru al-jahl. There will be a lot of ignorance, to the extent that they will make the leaders, the ignorant one, into leaders. فَأَفْتَوْا بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ فَضَلُّوا وَأَضَلُّوا. We read that hadith before. But subhanAllah, that is so prevalent, so evident, right in front of our eyes. We see that. And this is what happens. Because of lack of ilm, lack of knowledge, this is the problem which we have in our society. So people just know a few things, a few rulings, and that's it, they're stubborn at that. Oh well, so and so said it. So any other opinions, then they're wrong. And I just want to mention a hadith of Sunan al-Tirmidhi where it quite clearly shows the flexible nature of our deen. Somebody asked Sayyidah Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, did he used to read witr before sleeping, or he read witr after he woke up? So Sayyidah Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha responded by saying, sometimes Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam rubbama watara qabla an-nawm or watara ba'da an-nawm. Sometimes Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam prayed witr before he went to sleep. Sometimes you prayed witr after you went to sleep. Then the questioner then said that Alhamdulillah alladhi fi hazal amri sa'a, or kama qala alayhi salatu wasalam, that all praise to Allah that Allah has made in this matter sa'a. Sa'a means flexibility. Yeah, so if you want to pray witr and go to sleep, that's fine. If you have the hope of waking up for tahajjud, then you could go to sleep, wake up for tahajjud, pray tahajjud, and then before dawn, you could pray your witr. Flexibility. Another question the questioner asked was, did Prophet ﷺ read Quran loudly or did he read it quietly? So again, Sayyidah Aisha said sometimes Prophet ﷺ would read quietly, sometimes he would read loudly. So again, the questioner said that all praise to Allah, Allah has put flexibility in this matter. And the third question was that the Prophet ﷺ, would he bathe, after having relations with his wives, would he bathe qabla an-nawm or ba'da an-nawm? So in other words, would he bathe first and then go to sleep, or would he go to sleep and then bathe afterwards? So again, Sayyidah Aisha said, sometimes Prophet ﷺ would bathe first and go to sleep, sometimes he would go to sleep and bathe afterwards. And again, the questioner said that Again, all praise to Allah. Allah has put flexibility in this issue. And this is what I want to explain, that there is flexibility in a lot of rulings. A lot of rulings there is flexibility. Now going back to the point I mentioned right at the beginning, Ad-Deen Yusrun. Now obviously I've just been saying there's a lot of flexibility. Now the danger of what I'm saying, and this could be interpreted wrongly, is that, oh well, that could mean everything's now Ad-Deen Yusrun, everything should be flexible. That should then mean that we shouldn't do wudu and pray salah. That means that we should not fast for 20 hours, we should just fast for 10 hours. If you're going to look at it that way. Remember everyone, and I think I mentioned this point before, whatever you're doing contrary, you need to look at it whether there is basis of it in the Sharia or not. Now, what I mean by that is, like the first example I gave, about fasting. So fasting, if somebody says, oh, 20 hours is too long, we should only fast for 10 hours. Now you need to analyze, okay, is there any basis in the Sharia that you could fast for 10 hours? No, because the Quran quite clearly says, حَتَّى يَتَبَيَّنَ لَكُمُ الْخَيْطُ الْأَبْيَضُ مِنَ الْخَيْطِ الْأَسْوَدِ مِنَ الْفَجْرِ, which basically means from ثُمَّ تِمُّ الصِّيَامَ إِلَى اللَّيْلِ, fast from dawn till dusk. So now if somebody says, no, you don't have to fast until dusk, you could just fast, say, until Asr time, then we don't listen to you. Because now that will be playing around with Deen. And so many other examples, like we could think of, like that was one, like I just gave an example of, if somebody says, oh, wudu is too difficult to do, we just, without wudu, let's pray salah. So now we can't say ad-deenu yusrun there, because in the Quran it says, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu iza qumtum ila salati faghsilu wujuhakum. That make sure you wash your face, wa aydiyakum ila al-marafiq. So what I'm trying to explain is that, or if somebody says, oh, we could buy houses on riba, on mortgage, on interest, then you need to look at the country, and the country is quite clear. لَعَنَ اللَّهُ آكِلَ الرِّبَا مُوكِلَ الرِّبَا وَكَاتِبَيْهِ وَكَاتِبَهُ وَشَاهِدَيْهِ أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala curses the one who takes riba, who gives riba, the one who witnesses riba and interest transactions, and the one who jots it and writes it down. So what I want to explain is that this term of ad-Deen Yusra and Deen being flexible, look at what is the contrary. If the contrary is haram, then basically you ignore that. If the contrary is haram. If the contrary isn't haram, and it's like what we call mubah and ibahat and permissibility, then there is nothing wrong in actually doing that. There's actually nothing wrong in doing that. So that's one of the points which I want to mention, that alhamdulillah, Deen is flexible, but for it to be flexible, obviously you need to understand the Deen. Okay, you need to understand it. And obviously where you get the narrowness of interpretation, that is unfortunately many people's misunderstanding of the Deen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.